Let's rewind to the early 1980s. The US is staring down Iran, political tensions sky high, so Washington pulls out a powerful tool: economic sanctions. The idea? Squeeze Iran's economy, weaken its military, and force a change in behavior without firing a single shot. But here's the twist. The story isn't as straightforward as it seems. Sanctions sound tough, right? Yet, over the decades, their ripple effects have been anything but predictable. While Iran's economy took some hits, it didn't exactly collapse. Instead, the sanctions started bouncing back in unexpected ways, affecting not just Iran but also the very countries that imposed them. Yep, including the US. Let's break this down. American companies, think tech, farming, aviation, lost access to one of the biggest markets in the Middle East. For example, US farmers could have exported tons of wheat and corn to Iran, but due to sanctions, those deals disappeared. Who scooped up the business? Europe, China, Russia? The US missed out and competitors cashed in. But it wasn't just about lost sales. Sanctions made oil markets more volatile. Iran is a major oil producer, and each new round of sanctions sent oil prices seesawing. That meant Americans sometimes paid more at the pump, and industries reliant on oil, airlines, shipping, plastics, felt the squeeze too. European allies weren't thrilled either. Some of their biggest companies faced hefty fines for doing business with Iran or had to abandon lucrative contracts. That strained alliances and sometimes pushed Europe to find workarounds, even at the cost of friction with Washington. Meanwhile, Iran adapted. They built new trade partners, boosted domestic production, even found creative ways to skirt sanctions. Sure, ordinary Iranians struggled, but the government found ways to survive, sometimes even turning sanctions into a rallying cry. So, what's the big takeaway? Economic sanctions are meant to be a pressure tactic, but they're more like a boomerang than a hammer. The impact doesn't just hit the target, it comes back around, sometimes stinging the sender and their friends. Maybe it's time to rethink how we use economic power. Because history shows, when it comes to sanctions, the world is more connected and unpredictable than we often imagine. Thanks for watching. If you found this surprising, hit subscribe for more untold stories behind global headlines.